Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are going to go over this 1972 Ford F250 short box crew cab that we restored for a customer, painted in its original winter green color. We're going to show you all the things that we did to it, and we're going to talk about its history, where it came from and where it's going, and we're going to take it on a drive and show you some good driving shots. So here is a 1972 Ford F250 Crew Cab that we restored for a customer. It's painted in its original winter green, which is color code Q. And the story on this truck was, I actually saw this truck about 5 years ago parked out at a small regional airport called the Caldwell Airport. And I stopped in and I left my card for the guy, or I called him, I can't remember, and he said, hey, the truck's not for sale. And I kind of forgot about it. And as we started posting YouTube stuff and YouTube content, doing shop updates, and he actually sent me an email through the website and said, hey, I saw you guys on YouTube. I've got a crew cab for sale, and I was planning on doing something with it, and I'm just not. I have other trucks that I'm going to do stuff with, so it's for sale. Do you want to come take a look at it? So a couple weeks went by, and I ended up getting his information, and he said, oh, I'm at the Caldwell Airport. And I just thought in my mind, man, I wonder if it's that mint green truck. I call it mint green, but it's actually winter green. I wonder if it's that mint green truck that I saw 4 or 5 years ago out at the airport, because if so, that truck was super clean, and I'd love to own that truck. Sure enough, I went out there, met with him, and he had moved the truck from the airport to a barn on some property that he owned, and so it wasn't there, but we got talking and eventually went out to that barn. I saw the truck, saw that it had, Idaho mud flaps on it, and I think it had like a Nampa, Idaho dealer plate on it, which was really cool to see that it was kind of a local born and bred truck and had been here its whole life. But we ended up making a deal on this truck and then a couple other part single cab trucks, and was pulling this thing out of the barn and got it home, or got it to the shop, and did a short video on YouTube about just the first look of this truck and kind of what my initial goals were or vision for the truck, which included putting a 460 in it and lowering it. Now, I'm not a lowered guy, I'm more of a four-wheel drive guy, but an owner somewhere down the line on this truck had purchased the lowering twin I-beams for it, and so I just thought, to keep it minimal effort truck is what I was kind of going for on it, would be lower the rear end and buff up the paint. Now, the paint on it was not an original paint job, it was an older repaint, but it was, I'd say, respectable and enough to drive, especially if you put some time, buffing it up. And so that's kind of the path I started down on this truck, and I had a 460 that I was going to have rebuilt for it and just make kind of a hot rod truck out of it. I love the green interior. I loved the color of it. I love that it had a Wimbledon white roof, even though it was not a factory two-tone truck. I thought it just had a cool look to it. I love that it was a short bed, and the bed on it was almost perfect, which is really, really hard to find a short bed that's almost perfect. They're usually all rotted out, but being from here in Idaho, it's a pretty dry climate, and this thing survived really, really well. About a week after we picked it up, I had my 10-year-old come to the shop, and he and I spent all day washing this thing down, vacuuming it down, taking the old ratty carpet out of it, anything like that. We were just washing, cleaning it, and falling in love with it more and more as we went. When I do kind of my first initial wash, it's like I'm taking the girl on the first date, right? I'm getting to know her. And on this particular truck, I learned that there was absolutely very, very few blemishes. There's no cancerous rust on this thing. The floorboards were absolutely perfect. The roof line was perfect. Everything was perfect on these trucks. Usually the problem areas on these things, which I'll go over in another video and show you guys all the problematic areas on these crew cabs, but this one had none of them. It was really, really nice. So put a little video on my Instagram or YouTube or wherever and said, hey, here's my vision for this truck. And I had a customer from Texas call and say, hey, that mint green truck, I want that truck. Will you build it for me? And so we started the conversation about what that would look like. And her vision was a little bit different than mine, but I think her vision came out perfectly. And that's what we have here today. So her vision is she did not want to drive a lowered vehicle. So she wanted it stock height. So we had to go through and take everything out of the front that was lowered and get all the twin I-beams and all the springs and all the stuff that we needed from a regular two-wheel drive and put them back in here. So this truck was never intended to be a frame-off restoration truck because everything was so good. And so we initially took the front clip off, we took the bed off, and we prepped the frame for paint and got it as clean as we could and all that stuff without blasting it and whatnot. And just the further that we went and the further we went, I said, screw it, we're gonna pull the cab off. So we pulled the cab off, we stripped the cab completely down. Everything on the drivetrain, nuts and bolts, bushings, you name it, everything's been gone through and completely redone, way beyond what we initially set out to do. But once we got into it, it was just the right thing to do for the truck. We had a 460 that we rebuilt. It has the comp cam's roller cam, comp cam's roller lifters, but this thing breathes real nice, runs real nice. We've got full length headers running out with 2.5-inch exhaust duals out the back, Flowmasters, of course. It has an amazing sound to it. Now these trucks, the F250s, if you notice, it's got a little bit of a rake in the front, and they were done that way from the factory. So even though it's not a lower truck, it looks a little bit lower in the front. And that was done so if somebody came through and put a trailer hitch on the back and started towing with it, it would actually level out when it was in tow. So what we did on this truck is we did a full mechanical drivetrain restoration. All of the sheet metal on this truck is the original sheet metal. Everything came out of this thing. All the glass, all the doors were all completely disassembled. So all new felts, all new rubbers, all new everything there. The electrical is the factory electrical, but it's gone through and painstakingly worked on, and we've gone through and made sure everything worked. We added modern air conditioning, and then we kept the inside kind of looking original. We didn't paint the inside. It's got a little bit of wear and tear, kind of patina on the interior, which I liked and the customer liked, so we left the inside completely alone as far as paint goes. But we went through and we redid all the interior back to its original interior. So we get the material from SMS Auto, and we have our guy here locally go through and custom make the seat covers. Now these seat covers are not ones that you get from SMS material. They'll actually send you a seat cover and then you can put it on your seat with the foam, but they don't really fit really great. So we buy them in rolls of material, and we have our guy custom make the seat covers to fit properly so they're real nice and tight. But we went back with the green, put the green carpet in, green dashboard. We did put the RetroSound Bluetooth radio in just for tunes, but this thing cruises super, super nice. We got disc brake up front, we got the drums in the back. It does great. All the braking components on this thing are 100% new. So on top of the engine, which is a completely rebuilt 460 roller engine, put a brand new C6 behind it. The original gears in this truck were 410s, and man, this thing screamed going down the highway at 50 miles an hour with these 410s in the back. So we changed them out to 350s, and it drives so much better. But yeah, we found this thing in a barn here locally, and this thing was born and bred in Idaho, and now it's moving to Texas, and it's going to go on to provide hopefully many, many years of enjoyment to my customer and her family. Our goal here at Classic Crew Cabs is to provide that experience for our customers. And one of those ways is just making sure it's done right. Do it once, do it right. So we're about to ship this thing off. It's got final cut and buff to go through, but and some test miles to go through. So my goal here is to put about 500 miles on each truck that we build. This one's got about 120, 130 miles on it. There's a lot that goes on when you do a full-blown frame-off restoration. A lot that goes on with any mechanical work. But when you're touching every single system on a truck and you're getting into everything, blowing it all apart, restoring it, getting new parts, rehabbing the used parts and putting it all back together, there's a lot of systems to test and vet. Some of the problems we have with this truck after we put it back together was the brakes. The front brakes, even though everything was rebuilt, for whatever reason, the calipers were sticking. So we put about 100 test miles on them, didn't realize the calipers were sticking as much as they did. Guess what? Blew through a set of rotors. So had to put on a new set of rotors. We figured out the problem, replace the calipers, boom, she drives amazing. Another issue we had is even though the transmission was fully rebuilt and brand new, we put the transmission in and we started up, and guess what? The front pump gasket or the seal was leaking. It's this little $4 O-ring, and that was leaking. So we had to take probably about 3 days of our time, get it back on the lift, pull that C6 down, and fully reseal that front of that C6 to put it back in. Now, that's nobody's fault. The transmission builder probably nicked the gasket or nicked the O-ring or something like that. But even though you go through and you do these things, you got to test drive it, you got to vet it for the customer to make sure that those problems are worked out before the customer gets it. So that's why I like to put a bunch of miles on these things, just to make sure. And to be honest, it's a joy to drive them. So for the last couple months, we've been putting on the finishing touches for the customer's 1976 Crew Cab build that was a Cummins swap and Super Duty swap. And we've been putting on miles, and I put about 450 miles on that before the customer flew in and drove it home a 10-hour drive. This is one of the many reasons why I want to put on all these test miles and vet any issues that I can ahead of the customer getting it into their hands. We here at Classic Crew Cabs want to make sure that these trucks are as solid as they can be so our customers can get in, drive them, and enjoy them. But there's just little things from shift points to idle speeds to kick down points to brake adjustments to, if we didn't start putting the test miles on it, I wouldn't have realized that the 410s on this thing were too low or too high, whatever way you want to look at it for it. It just screamed down the road. That's not comfortable to drive. So we took the time, we swapped those out for the customer, and we did that. And again, you got to test drive a little bit more, make sure all that stuff's good, make sure the engine's not leaking, make sure timing's on, there's a billion things to go through, right? Make sure you don't have any air conditioning leaks, make sure the steering's high and tight. Then once you put 500 miles on, you go back under and you do all the tighten ups. You make sure everything is high and tight before you give it and ship it off to the customer to make sure everything's settled in right. Just take safety precautions on that stuff. So yeah, so let's go take it for a test drive and we'll show you what she can do, show you what it looks like. Thanks for watching our video. If you like what we're doing, subscribe to our channel. We'll see you on the next one.